Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're going to be checking out the Masters of the Universe Revelation Mer-Man from the Masterverse series. So, of course, this is the depiction of Mer-Man from the Revelation animated series, from the back half, obviously, after the big fallout. So this is a very different looking Mer-Man. You can see he has been quite through some battles there. He's got scars all over him. He's missing an eye now. Very, very beat up Mer-Man action figure. He comes in the same Masterverse window box packaging that we've seen across the board for this line so far. Masterverse logo there up at the top. Of course, the Masterverse series is supposed to incorporate lots of different versions of MOTU characters, not just from Revelation. So you can see the Revelation name is down here. Rotating around to the side of the box, we've got some great artwork of this version of Mer-Man under the sea. And then on the back side, you can see him splashing out of the water. You got the tentacles all around him. It's awesome artwork. Love to see the artwork continue on this line. We've also got a cross-sell showing the other figures in this particular wave, 2 of them being from Revelation and 2 of them being part of that new Eternia series, which is like the concept art series. So really cool stuff, but let's go ahead and get this guy pulled out of the packaging and we will get a closer look at him. All right, so we've got Mer-Man outside of the packaging. Bringing in the tape measure, you can see that the figure measures up to that 7-inch scale, like all the other figures in the line. And this guy, of course, is based on his appearance in the Revelation animated series. So, you know, the back half where it's sort of after a big war, lots of changes, lots of characters had different looks. And, well, Mer-Man looks like he has been through quite a bit because he's all scarred up, he's missing his right eye, and I guess he just prefers to walk around shirtless now. Because why not, right? Why wouldn't he? So, you know, the character looks pretty great. It's a good representation of what we saw on screen. And while it still looks like Mer-Man, obviously there are some design changes here. Like, for instance, the head. I do love kind of that finned look on the side of the head there, the way the ears kind of are on the face. You know, the one eye, the right eye is closed. It kind of looks like they just painted over the eye and then like painted, you know, like an eyelid and a scratch over it, but it works fine. It looks pretty good. The mouth almost looks like it's articulated, but it's not. But you can see it's got nice sculpted teeth there. It looks pretty cool. And then all of the scratches on his body do appear just to be painted on, so they're not raised or sculpted on the torso at all. But you can see they do have some nice little gills kind of sculpted into the upper part of the torso there, like on his neck and everything. I think that's a really nice touch to kind of make him stand out a little bit. We saw that in classics, but the way they did it was like a separate piece that went over the basic body. So here, this Mer-Man just gets a fully brand new sculpted torso, so that is pretty nice. And then the outfit that he's wearing, or what little he is actually wearing, is very similar to what we've seen in the past. You can see he does have kind of that classic belt-like piece molded onto the green belt there, and he's got the orange kind of loincloth piece there. I will say that the paint really seems to be chipping away at some of the pieces here, specifically his wrist bracers. You can see there's lots of chunks of paint missing on the back, which is really unfortunate. And I'm going to show you that again later when we're looking at the weapons here. I do really like the bracers that are around his shins there, like the shin guards. They're kind of molded in like a gold-like plastic. There's like this metallic blue that's on there too. It's really nice looking. It's a good color combination. So yeah, he looks almost basic because he's missing the armor, and with a lot of those battle-damaged details just kind of being painted on there. So let's go ahead and talk about the articulation real quick. It does fit right in with what you would expect. The head is on a ball joint there, and you can actually kind of see the way that neck is shaped underneath it. So the head can pop off the ball joint if you want to. He also can look up a little bit higher, which is pretty nice. Probably the result of that neck, but that's good for swimming poses. I like that quite a bit. You can also look left and right. Arms can go up, forwards, backwards, swivel at the bicep. You do have double joints at the elbow there. You got swivels at the wrist, hinge joint at the wrist, ball joint at the torso so it can roll all the way around. You can turn the waist left and right. You got those joints at the thighs. So legs can go outwards, slightly hindered by the loincloth piece, but it's not too bad. You can still move forwards and backwards. Swivel at the thigh cut. Nice, tight, double jointed knees there. And then swivel at that boot cut and then the ankles. moving forwards and backwards, as well as slightly rock side to side there. So it does fit in with the rest of the articulation in the line. And he does have some interchangeable hands for some mixing and matching. So first of all, we do have 2 closed fists, which is pretty nice. You get the closed fist look. We also have 2 gripping hands here, but I think my favorite is the fact that he also has 2 open hands that have fins in between the fingers. I think that is really, really cool, having those webbed fingered hands there. That's something a little new and different for Mer-Man, and it's a really, really nice touch. And again, that's going to be good if you want to try to pull off some like swimming like poses there. That actually looks pretty darn cool. I like that. So 6 hands total for Mer-Man here. Now, he does not come with an interchangeable head, so we only have the 1 look for Mer-Man. I do feel like that was kind of a missed opportunity, especially since interchangeable heads seem to be so common in this line. It would have been really nice to get one that doesn't have the eye scratched out, I think, so that we can have a more basic Mer-Man to display here. Now, he does come with 2 different weapons. First of all, he's got a sword. Now, this looks quite a bit different from the sword we typically see come with our Mer-Man figures. And I was talking about the paint chipping, so one thing I want to talk about is the fact that the handle of the sword is supposed to be black. It was painted black when I pulled it out of the packaging, but the very first time I put it in his hand, every bit of that black paint flaked right off the handle of the sword, which is really unfortunate. So it's just molded in sort of this grayish, bluish colored plastic there, and then they painted black on the handle and a little bit of that goldish bronze there too, but even it is starting to flake off. So be warned, unfortunately, whatever paint they used here, it's not adhering good to this particular plastic, and it's crumbling right off. Also, the gripping hand doesn't hold the sword too great. You can see his fingers are a little loose around the handle there. It's not bad. I mean, it's not like it's falling out of his hand, but it is a bit of a loose, awkward fit. Now, in addition to that, he also comes with this spear-like weapon. It's not a trident. It's only got 2 blades, so I guess he's downgraded to a bident? Is that what we call these? A bident? I'm not sure exactly why that is, but we've got that there as well. So a little bit of a different look for his weapons with this figure. All right, guys, it's comparison time. I want to show them alongside the Masters of the Universe Classics Mer-Man, since these are in similar scales. That way you can see what these guys look like side by side and how they are different from one another. And while I've got that figure out, one of the things I am going to show you guys real quick is that the armor, obviously, can easily come off the Classics figure, and you can slide it over the head of the Masterverse version, and it looks pretty good. So if any of you out there are wanting to put armor on this particular version so that he looks more complete, looks more like Mer-Man, obviously the colors don't match up perfect, but it's not bad, and it's a great start for customization. So something to keep in mind if you're wanting to put some extra armor on the figure there. So there you guys go. There is a look at the brand new Masterverse Mer-Man from the Revelation animated series. All in all, he's fine. He's not a bad figure by any means. Obviously, I've got some serious paint flaking issues on this particular figure, which I haven't had a ton of in this line, so I'm not sure what happened with this Mer-Man here. And it's not my personal favorite look for the character. I do feel like something is missing without the armor. I wish he would have had an interchangeable head without the scarred eye. I guess I just kind of wanted something that looked a little bit more like a basic Mer-Man, but I understand that this is based on Revelation, so if you're a fan of that series and you're collecting all of the iconic looks of the characters from that show, then this should do that for you. So this guy is shipping with the newest wave of Masterverse figures. I picked mine up from BigBadToyStore.com, so I will link to that in the video description. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and until next time.